Suspected human bone traffickers arrested in Yaoundé. The suspects were helmed by security operatives just when they were about to deliver their human remains to the buyers at the Van Interurban bus station. And 2 weeks after the abduction of the divisional officer for the whereabouts of Wade Roland is not known, 72 hours after Governor Kali's ultimatum for his release. And right activists have raised concerns for more dialogue as 450 persons are reported to have been kidnapped alone in 2020 in the northwest and southwest regions by armed separatists. Top stories. Thanks for joining me. You can hook up with us on our different platforms for continuity news. We begin from Yaoundé, where 3 persons are currently gendarmerie custody for trafficking human bones. The three suspects were arrested at the Van Interurban bus station just at the time they were about to deliver the human remains to their buyers. Haisincha reports.
From a simple view at far or close range, it is a beautiful traveling bag, but the content is scary and unbelievable. Human bones of all parts transported from the far north region of Cameroon to the capital city by these 3 individuals, ready to be sold for a huge sum of 6 million CFA francs. Unfortunately for the supposed human bones traffickers, the elements of the 1st Gendarmerie region stopped their business plan.
La Gendarmerie nationale a été saisie.
We apprehended them at the Van bus station after we got information of this trafficking. After picking up 2 supplementary investigations permitted us to arrest the 3rd person in Mayodanite division, where the objects were coming from.
Dans la région de l'extrême nord.
The human remains, the gendarmerie explained, is a raw material for drug production.
Plusieurs autres choses assez dangereuses.
It is very dangerous to the youth, especially those in school. It is used to produce what they commonly call in French, caillou.
Ça sert à une drogue communément appelée caillou.
And the National Gendarmerie authorities send warning signals to the manufacturers of such drugs. The suspects are said to have taken advantage of the floods in the far north region, digging out remains from about 30 tombs.
Oh, thanks very much, Haisin. Still in Yaoundé, we remain with you. As it is a gang, this time specialized in car theft, that was dismantled by security operatives. The suspects are known to quickly disappear with the stolen vehicles to the north and far north regions of the country, where buyers are already standing by waiting for the purchase. Once more, Haisin with the details.
This is the magic key the presumed criminals use to open any car, where and whenever they like, to steal valuable items and the vehicle itself. The stolen cars are immediately taken out of Yaoundé for transformation and sell out.
Our unit received a complaint lodged by Mr. Mokoko, bringing it to our notice that his vehicle was stolen by unknown individuals. So we started immediately our investigations. That made us to locate his vehicle in Logon Eshari division in the far north region in Kuseri.
This pertaining to this lady was stolen before her own eyes in broad daylight in front of a shop in Yaoundé. Fortunately for her, the police elements retrieved the men of the underworld in less than 2 hours. The gang has a well-structured modus operandi.
They used to follow, to target a vehicle, and when the vehicle park, they come near to the vehicle and they make sure that the driver of the vehicle get out of the vehicle and go far away from the vehicle, and so that they come close, they come near to the vehicle by using a fake key. They therefore drive the vehicle far away from here, usually in the north region.
The Central Regional Police Division, under the coordination of Police Commissioner Moise Emane, advised that vehicle owners should implant the GPS system that can facilitate the search when stolen. Meantime, the 3 suspects, all ex-convicts, have been handed to the State's Council to follow the process of justice.
And 72 hours after Governor Okalebelai's ultimatum for the release of the abducted divisional officer for Idabatu, the whereabouts of Ewanerolan is not yet known. However, Nigerian authorities are working with Cameroonian authorities to make sure they secure his release and that of another council worker of Idabatu. Our Southwest Chief Correspondent Ines Undwabala reports.
Cameroon and Nigerian authorities are working hand in gloves for the release of the kidnapped divisional officer of Idiabato. The Nigerian Consul General for the Northwest and Southwest region has assured the population of Idiabato of Nigerian government determination to assist Cameroon in the search of the adopted divisional officer Ewanerolan and Etongo Ismail Council staff.
We'll continue collaborating about the issue. And we have asked the governor if we have any information concerning this issue, let us know. Both governments are collaborating on this issue, and we hope that it will be successful.
His Excellency Taufik Obasanjo was speaking today in Boya at the end of a tete-a-tete with Southwest Governor. Discussions of the 30-minute in-camera meeting was centered on the adoption of the divisional officer of Idiabato. It is worth noting that Dio Ewanerolan and his closest aide, Itongo Ismail, were kidnapped on the 1st of October 2024 at their residence in Idiabato by unidentified gunmen who came through the sea. Latest information circulating on social media states that a separatist fighter militant group in Nigeria, which call itself the Dragon Fighter Marine, has claimed responsibility of the kidnap of the divisional officer of Idiabato, Ewanerolan. The group, which is fighting for an independent Biafra state, said the attack was not carried out by pirates but by them. They claim they are fighting against criminals on their land.
Thanks very much, Ines Undwambala. The ghost town phenomenon can be very boring. Staying at home since 2017, when the ghost town phenomenon started in the northwest and southwest region, many people have tried to circumvent the ghost town with different ways of engaging themselves in order not to be bored. Our Northwest Chief Correspondent Annie Collins sent some calls, and here is Sherifa Saleh report.
As the Anglophone crisis in Cameroon rages on, the rates of kidnappings have surged, leaving communities gripped by fear, from government officials to traditional leaders, clergy, business owners and ordinary citizens. No one is spared from the violence that has taken hold in the country's 2 English-speaking regions. Kidnappers, often claiming to be separatist fighters, abduct their victims, taking them to remote hideouts where they demand ransoms. Tragically, in some cases, victims are killed. Experts say the situation, described as a dogs of war phenomenon, has escalated, with the latest report revealing that over 450 people were kidnapped in 2023 alone.
What we are witnessing now is what you call the dogs of war phenomenon.
These guys who have disguised themselves in the name of activists praying for the restoration of the independence of former Southern Cameroon, they are not. They are kidnappers. The real issue has been taken away by some unholy guys who have involved themselves in criminalities.
This spike in abductions has prompted urgent calls for action.
A lot of people have been killed on the Anglophone side. A lot of people have been killed on the government side. A lot of businesses have been lost. There's a lot of unhappiness. There's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of tension in the air. All of this can be solved through a genuine dialogue that addresses the issues instead of running away from the issues. So that's the only way.
Increase the level of security, especially the highway, the roads from Kumba to Ekok. the level of kidnapping there is too much. Security personnel, security apparatus need to be tied up so as to reduce the level of kidnapping.
Without these steps, they warn the violence and instability are likely to continue, leaving the region's population trapped in a circle of fear and unrest.
Well, thanks very much. That's all for that mix-up. That was Ambo Gladys reporting there on the escalating crisis. Of course, the kidnapping of persons as the crisis continues. 450 persons are reported to have been kidnapped in the year 2023. And now, how do they circumvent the ghost town phenomenon, which is boring? Many citizens have expressed or have shared the ways they circumvent ghost towns, particularly the Monday ghost towns in the northwest and southwest regions.
Staying at home every Monday since 2017, when the ghost town phenomenon started in the northwest and southwest regions, inhabitants of Bamenda have devised other ways of circumventing the whole day idleness. With frequent puncturing of their potable water supply pipes, like here at Namo quarters in Kwen, Bamenda 3 subdivision, the people of zones A, B and C came out on Monday, October 14, 2024, with pickaxes, spades and hoes to dig out and replace the old pipes for effective flow of water for their community.
The community will not enjoy if there is no water. Water is life. And so once there is work like this one and you don't come out, you're wasting your time for nothing. Come out, enjoy what the people do it so that the water that we have, which is life for all of us, we need it.
For about 200 meters, quarters residents succeeded one another in the digging process that also supplies water to Government Technical College GTC, located in their neighborhood.
Like this, our pipe that you can see out like this, there was too much leakages there. So we create this day to see how we can create a different pipe hole, something like that, yes, to sink down the pipe there. It's for the benefit of the quarter.
The hilly part of the pipe-borne water connection was particularly targeted because of its slippery nature, which causes vehicles in their struggle on the muddy road and end up bursting portions of the pipes, leading to leakages and cut in domestic supply.
Thanks very much, Sherifa Salim. And UNICEF has raised alarms about the dire state of child malnutrition in Cameroon, where nearly about 2 million children are at risk of severe wasting. And so they are struggling to make sure the government is support to respond to child nutrition. In Tariq Divine, Ramsey Jr. report.
The UN International Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF, has warned that nearly 2 million children in Cameroon face the threat of death from severe malnutrition. This alarming situation is attributed to critical funding shortages for life-saving, ready-to-use therapeutic food, or RUTF. In an urgent appeal issued this Tuesday, UNICEF requested $165 million, approximately 99 billion CFA francs, to provide treatment for these vulnerable children, especially in regions struggling with conflict, economic instability, and climate crisis. The statement highlights that the availability of therapeutic food is critically low in countries like Mali, Nigeria, and Chad, which are already experiencing stockouts. In Cameroon, supplies are expected to run out by mid-2025 if immediate action is not taken. UNICEF Director of Child Nutrition and Development Victor Aguayo emphasized the urgency of the situation in this voiced-over soundbite.
I am visiting these days Ethiopia.
Without sustainable prevention strategies and sustained financing, stock of ready-to-use therapeutic food will lead to increased child mortality.
Since its launch in 2022, UNICEF has raised over $900 million for this initiative, Without immediate action, the agency warns, the lives of millions of children will remain at risk.
Thanks, Divine, for that report. And in Douala, piles of garbage is hampering movements across some of the major streets in the economic capital. The whole problem of garbage disposal is very significantly conspicuous, as inhabitants say it is hampering activities and, of course, disturbing their business activities as well. Cynthia Latte takes a look on that situation.
This is the St. Nicola neighborhood in Dokpasi, Douala 3 subdivision. With no available trash can, hundreds empty their waste on the Star Street, littering the environment, impacting lives here.
Customer will get a driver, we will get a car, stand for here and buy things. Today they not come again buy because Dochi day over. But every day we must drink milk, we must take cash. But we not get money for buy cash every day.
Across several streets in Douala, the situation is similar. In the Dakar neighborhood, businesses are greatly affected. Pungent smells constantly permeate the air, driving away clients of this hairdressing salon.
Like this morning, they just removed the dustbin, but like, see, the dustbin is still there. It's still much. At times, I used to stay in the house, like for 1 week, because I cannot work. I'm not feeling fine. I need to drink pink milk.
Neighborhood in 5, it is the sidewalk that has turned into a dump yard. The roadway leads to a high school in the area, and the educational community is relentlessly taking the bull by the horn. Students in some departments often try to carry waste to the Isaka depot. This please. Put in place seemingly a new normal in the economic capital. Inhabitants decry the situation is alarming.
Dans le grand carrefour, on trouve l'état d'ordures qui déborde même déjà le niveau des maisons. Nous sommes déjà habitués. Pour nous qui sommes sur la route, ça nous dit plus rien.
Of the problem, they must bring big bags.
As the population urged the hygiene and sanitation services of the town to improve its strategies, they hope to see their town clean again.
Well, thanks very much, Cynthia Latte. And of course, that report brings us to the end of this 6:15, in which we got information that security operatives have arrested human bone traffickers in Yaoundé. They were arrested just at the time they were about to deliver the human remains to their buyers at the Van Interurban Bus Station. And of course, how Nigerian and Cameroonian authorities are working hand in glove to make sure they secure the release of abducted senior divisional officer for Idabatu, Ewane Roland, and another council worker who were abducted 2 weeks ago. I've been Kejang Henry Yatimbe, thanking you for being there with us. Lee Piju is coming up with the brief, the actuality. Good day.